pledge allegiance. And we'll get our respective youth school coordinator to go ahead and lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. We're here. Tony's here. Justin's here. Adrian's here. Mario's here. Approve agenda. We have changes to
Yes.
personnel.
Mr. President, I would like to, correction on page 6, classified confidential employment resignations, states Daniel Castro resigned as a campus safety officer. It should read Daniel Cruz, if you want to make that change. Also a correction on page 7, RES admin asked to table Heather Norman as the grade level chairperson. So please remove that from the personnel schedule. They have decided that they will hold interviews for that position.
Fair enough.
I move to approve the agenda with the corrections.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
This is the favorite part tonight. We now have a new school board member, our new school board, Valerie Fuentes. You would now want to come up?
Is it Valeria? It's Valeria.
Valerie? Oh, I'm sorry. You're up.
Okay, thank you. When I say, I read the word I, and then when you say the name, I'll say the rest of the name. Repeat, okay? Raise your right hand, please. I
Valeria Fuentes,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. You can now take your seat. She's here next to me. I'm sorry, right here.
Okay, congratulations. Welcome to the board. And we will have a fun full year for you. Okay. Reports and communications. No RTA? I don't see any either. Okay. On there. All right, Gary, you're up.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's watching online with our new setup. It's pretty cool. So I'm excited for this. Now everybody can really see my face. I'll start looking pretty over here. Very high definition cameras. Congratulations to Valeria. You know, it's going to be awesome having you here. Yeah, and I think pretty much everything's cool. It's summer, right? Still got a lot of classified working. You know, summer school's going. We have our ELOC program still going, so a lot of our coordinators, ELOC instructors, bus drivers, all of our custodians and IT personnel, grounds, you know, a lot of classified still working, making sure everything's still running and getting ready for August. We're a month away from school starting. So if you guys are still on vacation, enjoy it. A month's gonna fly by. So Sunny says, you know, plant, right? It's not too late to plant some seeds, and it's not too late to come to our community garden right?
I know, I'm hearing.
Some people's thunder. I'm sorry.
Tell them, we'll keep telling.
As a community school representative, I'm so excited to get back to the garden this year. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about it. I'm gonna hold that thunder back, so give it to somebody else. But no, just looking forward to the start of the school year. So, that's all I got so far. So, see you in August.
Thank you. Okay, since you're so new, we know you don't have anything, so, what we'll be looking for is that, believe Leah and others, they go around and get information from the schools. You got your clubs and so forth, so get your information. And so we start getting into sports, we report scores. And I'd like to know, if you don't mind, the next board meeting, how will we flag football this one, since it's brand new? And how many students are out, and a few others, and what's going on with some of the sports. So that'll give you that. And you won't have to worry, I won't be here on the 5th of August. Sonny will take care of that. I may be here on Zoom, but I won't be here. Okay. City Hall report.
Well, happy summer, everybody. Just once upon a time, I was playing time of the year. Those days are long gone. It seems like everybody's still at work. So, Mazel Tov, congratulations to everybody. Construction continues. West Park is every day closer and closer to being done. The asphalt is completed. Now they're painting design onto it and all of that, so that when school opens, it won't be the alligator skin that used to be there with a little bit of a crater that's wrapped around it. So that's uplifting. Movers have been at RES helping to move classrooms from the West Park satellite campus over to the regular West Park. But now that the buildings are completed enough, putting a full furniture, get everything fine-tuned before the start of school in that regard. Progress continues on the locker room. Knocking on wood, nobody's hit any gas lines this week or anything like that. So that was a plus. Last week, Dr. Keys from Capital Middle School, Mr. Bosnoff from the high school, myself, Superintendent Gaines, and President Vetzaletti, and Travis Ramirez from Alt Ed went to a National Safe Schools Conference down in Garden Grove. Got a lot of good information and also a lot of terrifying information simultaneously, but give us the opportunity to find out, areas that we're good in, areas that we're weak in, things that, may be of concern, so that, all of that's, on our radar, even more so than normal. But, it was very informative. It was the first year we've sent anybody down there, so I think everybody took a lot away from it in terms of, okay, how do we apply this stuff to our various sites and the district as a whole and everything. So overall, it was a positive experience. On that front, with the new buildings at West Park, strategics will be on site at the end of July to install strobes and beacons and tie in that part of the campus in with the rest of West Park. And they'll be back at Tropico to address some areas they weren't able to last year when they were out. So with the landscape work and everything that was happening in that quad between the old 6th grade classrooms. So I believe that is it for me.
Thank you. Well, Dr. Mendez is not here.
I have a little report from Dr. Mendez. Dr. Mendez says that his department continues to prepare for start of the school, including planning professional development and the new math curriculum. So we're also getting professional development in the new math curriculum for our teachers. We will have 4 announced Williams visits this year in August of 2026, including Roseman High, Roseman Elementary, West Park, and Tropico Middle School. Ed Services continues to support our parents with enrollments and data confirmations for the 26-27 school year. We have parents enrolling their students every single day for all of our schools. That's it from Ed Services.
Assistant Superintendent Special Education, Ms. Tiller.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying their summer vacations, first and foremost. In our department, one of the exciting things today I just got, we do a lot of billing for different things and apply for grants and stuff like that, so we bring different pools of money in order to help fund professional development for our department, as well as buy materials and things that students need And I got 2 checks today totaling $30,000, which brings our, just for our Medi-Cal billing total up to $378,385.10 for year to date. So, yay, it's exciting news for us. And that's about it for me right now.
And Leanne?
I have a report for Leanne, Mr. President. Okay, Human Resources, is busy completing paperwork and fingerprints for all of our newly hired employees. Certificated openings, we still have a resource teacher at Tropico Middle School, a Paxton Patterson teacher at Rare Earth High School, and math teacher at Roseman High Early College campus. There is a potential candidate for this position though. Classified, in the next few weeks, interviews will be held for various open positions for our classified employees. Page 8, number 12, personnel items continued resolution. This resolution 26-27-01 authorizes 2 prep period buyouts at Tropico Middle School to address instructional staffing needs for 6th grade. The assignments include 1 additional period of history and 1 additional period of science. So we have 2, instead of hiring another teacher, obviously we don't need another teacher if there's only 1 period that we need to accommodate. In accordance with the requirements of the resolution, each teacher assigned to teach the additional course has been verified as meeting the subject matter qualifications. A review of each teacher's official transcripts confirmed that they possess at least 12 semester units in the subject area they will be teaching, satisfying the credentialing requirements for these assignments. Additionally, each teacher has voluntarily agreed to prep period buyout and has signed the required teacher consent form acknowledging their willingness to teach the additional class period. Approval of this resolution ensures that these assignments are compliant with applicable credentialing requirements while allowing the district to meet the instructional needs of students at Tropico Middle School. Yes, and yeah, when we get to number 12, I talked about the personnel items with regards to the Williamson Uniform Company.
And brings us to superintendent's report. Steve?
Okay, I was going to talk a little bit about the conference that we attended last week, but Mr. Irving did a great job on covering that. The one thing that I will take away from that conference, it was, I think, very informative and yet at the same time, I would have to say somewhat alarming at the same time. What I was very excited about was a few years ago, I invited Opie Singleton, who is renowned expert across the United States, working with the FBI, CIA on human and sex trafficking. She was a keynote speaker down there. And when I said, oh, well, and she turned around and she said, you had the plan at your middle school. She remembered that Mr. Nat Adams and I were very, thought for sure we might have had a plan that one day at Tropico Middle School. And I shared with her a little bit of the story of what we went through last year, and it was just great to hear her sort of renew our knowledge on what is truly going on in the world. I felt very excited as I was driving home from this conference because, you know, we attend many conferences that highlight different things that all encompass the world of education, but this one was very real world on and address the safety of not only our students, but our staff members. And I was thinking, next year I will take so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. I was thinking we'd even have a conversation of other people in the district that we felt would benefit from being at this conference. It was somewhat bell to bell, very, very good. Every session was like, wow, wow, wow. So that was my comment on that. I'm gonna say to our parents who are joining us, August 12th is just around the corner. We will be opening school. If you have not registered your child yet, especially if he or she is a TK student, please get in and register them because TK is, I only have TK openings right now at Roseman Elementary School. And when I don't have any more classrooms, there's not much I can do. So please get in. We still do have openings at Roseman Elementary. I know that the high school is growing leaps and bounds with remember, I think last time I checked, we were at 940 some students at the high school. So we welcome our students. We're excited to welcome them to Southern Kern, but please make sure that you get in and register them so that we know, do we have enough teachers and we're ready on August 12th to meet their needs. And on last Friday, the 10th, I believe, we opened our pantry at the Parent Community Center. And I'm so excited for that. That's been something we've been talking about for a couple of years now, is opening a pantry for our parents that are, parents of our students in Southern Kern. And thanks to the racetrack, the new owners of the racetrack, they made a considerable donation that we were able to stock our shelves in the pantry. Very interesting thing. We have a grant for the community schools, but it allows us to buy the shelves for the pantry, but we can't buy the food that goes on the shelf. I don't go figure. But anyway, we received a donation and pantry was stocked, and we entertained some of our families last Friday. They were very, very gracious and kind with their words, and so grateful that we have a pantry for them to now visit. So I want to remind all of our parents, stop by, whether you need or you don't need, stop by and say hello to the ladies over at the Parent Community Center. They love it when parents come in and talk. They're also preparing for the backpack giveaway, filled with lots of school supplies. And this Friday, I'll just mention a word or two. So I'm just piggybacking on Gary's thing, I'm sorry. He will be opening a garden. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And yeah, I think that's all I have to see.
Thank you. Board members, Justin.
Hope everyone's enjoying their summer. I'm not. No work. No, really, it's great to see all the growth that we've had in the district and just our community here. Looking forward to continuing, and we'll save the rest for my subcommittee communication.
Hi guys, welcome Valeria. Looking forward to seeing you at these meetings. There is 4 weeks left until school starts, not even a month. 4 weeks. I'm sorry, first everyone's bubble. Yes, and then like kind of everyone else is saying, Friday finally the community garden is opening, and I'm super excited. I'm thankful for our committee, Justin, Robert, Barbara, Mr. B, Quinn, Riley, Raleigh. Yes. My brain doesn't work sometimes. I'm just really excited. We've got beds, soil, seeds. The library's coming out. They're bringing seeds to plant. We've got some seedlings that you can transplant in. You can bring your own things. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. And Emily, our new community, she's not new anymore, but our community school coordinator as well. We've thought long and hard about this and planning it, and it's finally come to fruition. And I'm just very excited that we have something in our community that is therapeutic, by the way, because gardening is therapeutic, but you can grow things and give back. That's one of my goals. I'm not going to tell you about my goal yet, but I'm just really excited. So I will be out there Friday morning. I might have my hat on and my gloves, just ready to get dirty, and I hope you guys will be there as well. I'm a bed, okay? Other than that, I don't think I have anything that I can remember.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to start off with a few thank yous. Thank you to everyone for joining us this evening. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes for keeping things running smoothly. While during, summer break and things don't stop just because it's summer. Everything you do, please know that it does not go unnoticed. I truly appreciate it. And I would like to say a big thank you to Ms. Cordova for always working so hard to make everything go off without a hitch. I truly appreciate everything that you and the district does as well. A big congratulations to Liz for joining us. I hope you only take away a positive experience from this. Everyone else, please try and stay safe, and please enjoy the remainder of your vacation.
All right. Thank you for joining us tonight, both online and our audience. I happened to go by West Park this morning and saw them painting the new map. In fact, Raleigh and some of the guys over there doing their walkthrough, both in the painting and in the new classrooms. I think of anything else that we're doing over there. It's looking really good, getting real close to being finished. So your film pictures on Monday will look quite different. And the colors that we were shown on pictures the other day, not do it justice. They are so much brighter. everybody has a good summer, and, guys in grounds and maintenance, and the janitors, you guys are, this is your busiest time. This is when all the big cleaning, the reseeding, the mowing, the fertilizing, all that stuff is where everything is going hard. So, thank you for making our schools look so pretty. I'm not thinking, keeping us on track all the time. That's it.
That's it. Okay, well, again, welcome everybody. Our new system will be sending out the videos a lot more cleaner, a lot better. Presentations will be done a little bit differently. We have, as you can see behind me, we have the same images, but we can do 2 images separately. Microphones, which you see the green lights, that's for us. Luckily, in this mode, we don't facing that way, so you can talk back there. We have to be careful. We have the cameras, so it's really a good system. As we grow, this will also help us grow. Hopefully, we'll get more audience in this thing. And then we're going to piggyback a little bit on what Robert and Barbara, that school, Safe Schools Conference, scary. We started to learn we're going to need to make some changes, do some things, and basically get with a lot of positive work in that as well. We got to meet a young man, Bear Bridget, in one of the keynotes, which he has a lot of good, positive outlook on life. This is a kid at 5 years old, made a decision to have his lower legs cut off at the knees because he could not go out and play. And yet he's one of the top paraplegic athletes in the world. So, I really took a lot from him. See if we can't get him up here. I don't know if we can afford it or not, but I think he'd be a good positive influence speech for our children, how this kid, just not kidding, how he moved forward. And the others is learning more about what is actually going on and how to counter some of the stuff that's out there. Cybersecurity, biggest. It's funny because the Department of Homeland Security, I have to sign a purchase for them in cybersecurity, but they also have other programs they are working on. And I was really pleasantly surprised to see how much they are out there with trying to get these bad actors and follow them. The only scary part why Barbara is 60%, 90 to 70% of what we learned will all change next year. Where you need to go back and we have to stay ahead of everything. So I'm really going to enjoy it. I enjoyed the conference more than I thought I was going to. And so hopefully we will bring more, especially some of the folks that really need the help, see what's going on, so we can go. And Dan talked to Dan. Dan says, I've already got some things taken care of. Well, that's good. And at least we're in the forefront of working on this stuff, so let's keep going. Other than that, we'll move on to subcommittee communications. Justin?
So our construction committee, been working hard on our CTE building design, and we should hopefully in the next couple of weeks be in our final TSA round of entry, hopefully. They're a little behind on architects, unfortunately, but we're working. It's on average 3 to 4 hours every Monday with a few of us. So, I did go to a meeting in Los Angeles last week with a vendor that is possibly going to work with us to help write a grant for some of our security stuff that we might be interested in, like our metal detectors or it's called the COPS grant. Met with ICQ Technologies last week in LA, and we'll be reaching out to Robert. He's already been in communication with him a little bit. Hopefully, we'll be able to push. They'll be able to help us with that grant. That's all I got.
All right, comments from the public? None? Dismiss the reading. Next, consent items. Do I have a motion to open?
I did have one question. My question is for item J. So this professional development with Becky Wetzel, is this what we've been doing already? So is this a renewal or is it something different?
It's a renewal.
For sure.
Yes, and this is, she's working with all the schools on essential standards and aligning those essential standards to the standards-based report card. Instead of focusing on standards that are not really critical or not necessarily going to be assessed, or not even better than the assessment piece. So they're not critical for the child to learn at this grade so they can move on to the standards of the next year. That is the work of Dr. Becky Wetzel. She's been working with us now for a few years.
So I know we've worked.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And she's also going to be one of the keynotes on August 10th.
Okay.
Motion?
Make motion?
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Vice? General, board goals for 2026, 2027, school year workshop session, Ms. Gaines.
Have markers. I don't know if I want to use purple this year. Okay, every year, board, we list, I get the board goals from you, so that I can keep my mind and our direction focused on what you would like to see us accomplish as a district. These are not just for me, they're for me and my cabinet as well. So, I am open. Yes.
So, I know it's too soon, but I would definitely like to see us provide fresh produce from our community garden to our pantry, so families could possibly take home some fresh, whatever the season is providing, like it could be greens, because the fall's coming up, so it's a good time to start our fall garden. Greens, spinaches, lettuce, radish, beets, carrots, all the things that we can grow here.
Okay. See here.
So, what, we'd like to basically grow it and donate it.
Yes. Eat it. And
So in a sense, we have like a pantry area where people come, and they're gonna like grab items from the pantry, they can go over the garden and grab whatever.
or like we could, harvest from the garden and, into the pantries. And keep it in there very long, but.
Okay,
Yeah, and have
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
fresh,
saying,
yeah.
where they go and.
Hey, we got some fresh stuff, come on over, have a look.
okay. What else we got?
Well, you've already accomplished one of them, is getting all our math programs in line.
Except for the high school is still going to pilot in the fall.
Okay, well,
Because they have various, geometry, algebra, algebra 2, calculus, all
I would
those.
say-
There's different,
align all our programs from kindergarten through, well, maybe 12. Alignment. I know it's kind of hard. We're close in math.
I can see us doing that pretty successfully. Mr. Gutierrez, from K through 8. When we get to the high
I
school,
know
it's a
because we
little bit.
have different pathways,
Yes.
but they should be at least prepped and ready to go. Get to the high school.
So going back, you want me to align math programs?
Well, all our programs.
Yes, okay.
So as they continue on, they don't struggle because they learn one way at one school and then are totally out of touch with the next alignment. So all the alignments should be real close.
We should have prepared when they go in.
I mean, now that we have a student here,
Keep in mind, Mr. Gutierrez, one quick second. The curriculum can follow a path. But keep in mind, the art history, as long as, that's why the essential standards are so critical. The artistry of delivering those essential standards and the environment that the teacher, individual teacher creates in that classroom, we never want that to be the same, because each teacher has their own way of doing
right,
things.
but always has to be a basis.
And that would be the standard.
Exactly, and I want to make sure that our standards are always aligned. We are real close, way closer than we have ever been.
Yes.
So, all the standards being equal.
Math we're pretty much done with, now we're working on English.
I would like to see a drug prevention program, at the elementary level and even middle school level, because we see a lot of students who come across things, they don't know what they are, and they don't know what to do, and we need to prepare them for the world and the things that are out there, like drugs and prevention.
Is this similar to like the DARE
There,
program?
yeah, exactly, I missed it. Right? There.
Shirts. Yes, if you will see on my whiteboard in my office, I think it's either the first or second thing listed that I'm going to be presenting to my retreat, talking about a drug prevention program. I know we need one. I need a really good one because DARE is basically gone with the wind. So that's gonna take a little bit of investigation. Okay, what else?
During my presentations, like staff presentations on dashboard or whatever, I maybe have a copy sent out where we could preview the PowerPoint, and then if we have any questions, we can ask, just to save time. Or keep it to where it's like 5 minutes, at most 2 minutes. Sometimes when they're 30 or 40 minutes long, it's a little varied.
That's all this thing.
Yeah, no, just, you know, if we have any questions, maybe that's the time to ask the questions instead of, you know, like, we can look at the data and read the data, you know, what we do when we're doing the presentation.
Don't read the slides.
Right, yeah,
Because we've already seen them, and
Yeah.
just give us the reading digest.
yes, yeah, quick 5-minute clip note would be very beneficial.
You're talking about in board.
Yeah, like,
We got the questions,
So
we had a
you
chance.
want to have this pushed out to everyone, like when they come in and grab their informational sheet. In addition to that, you want.
The slides that get out.
they can send the slides out to us, or, you know, and we can review them, in a sense, the
So
information.
we have everything that we can
Right.
prepare our.
And then dashboard's already available to everyone. So if anyone ever had a question during the time, we're allowed to speak up during, you know, these sessions in general. So I would like to see them shorter, not only save everyone's time, but also, you know, we don't fall off track and like, I lost you like 10 minutes ago, man.
What else?
Okay, I'm gonna give you one based on our, when we're down. I think we need to have a very good, strong program. You see something, tell something, emphasized in all the schools, in all the classes.
Do something, say something.
Yep. Because, you know, it dovetails into bullying and, you know, drug usage, you name it. We need to let people know, like we mentioned, you know, in some of the things, some of our students, if you go, you know, to Mr. Adams or Mr. Smalls or Mr. K or whatever, the thing is that you're not gonna get in trouble, they're gonna thank you for doing it, but you turned it in, you did your job, that's your tell.
So I see something, say something. I do not see this bullying, but bullying is also something I have on my
Yes.
agenda list, Mr. Vincent, that I will be addressing also. But do you mind if I add bullying?
No, go ahead.
Because I think that our problem, do many of our administrators address bullying? They do. But there are some that
Remember,
stay away from them, or don't do it again, or that's the answer, when really it needs to be addressed in a more serious manner.
everything is, if somebody comes to you, you need to address it. Period. Don't blow it off, because that's what the kids are saying.
And I think we saw what we've seen. You, 5, have a better understanding of it because you deal with it. You see what happens more often than not when it's not addressed. So I think that's an issue that is very much going to be on my agenda this time. Communication. Okay, Alma, did I just break it? Where is Robert? Robert? Robert. Okay, let me just go to another color, but, okay, thank you. This thing's hard to. Pretty decent print. Okay, give that one a second. All right. What else?
I would like to see more parent engagement, in regards to parents being aware of meetings like this. I love when you guys come out, being aware of how the school system works, who to go to when they have an issue. I know that we do certain classes at the community center, but I think more parent engagement is necessary.
What if we did like informational videos or something like that we can watch on YouTube and they have anything?
Who's doing the videos?
I don't know, why not have like Armstrong or like the students do this, or
You got 2
like
programs.
the resources available, you know? Great thing about this new system that we have in our boardroom, we're able to participate that way, as well. And it will also translate over into, like, Since closed caption.
Yeah, I definitely agree that we need to, hold more activities that bring our parents out. I attended some this year. I know, for example, Ms. Miller had some very well-attended, parent events at Roseman Elementary, that I attended a couple of them, and the science fair that was phenomenal there. They had the Black History Month that every teacher participated in. It was a huge crowd there, and they were after school in the evening, so it can be done. I'm just not sure, perhaps that's something else I can add to my agenda, to talk about sharing ideas among the administrators, what works. I've also seen events where there's two parents sitting, and there's, coffee and donuts or something, and we still have a hard time getting them out. So that's probably a conversation that we need to, work on.
I think more parents are willing to, maybe like the first week of school, because I feel everyone is like, I need my information, where do I get this, where do I get this? By the time we get the parents back to school, a month has passed, and then it's like, okay, well, I kind of backed out. I'll go to this if I have time, but usually the questions that parents have, they want answered within that first week, because they're getting flooded with, syllabus and this, and, that's where all their questions, I feel, kind of lay. So maybe,
Like an orientation?
we can do something prior to a back to school night and say, hey, this is what's available to you. This is how the cell phone, just there's so many things, so much information, instead of, Elma getting bombarded with phone calls, like, hey, where do I find out this information, or who do I contact for this?
And not to interrupt you, but I know, that some of our schools, I know that Tropico does an orientation. I know that the high school does an orientation. Kindergarten, TK usually has an orientation. It's probably, I'm not sure if they have one. Becky, do you have one for like K1, first through fifth? Okay, so that's probably where we need to make sure that we're.
During the time, if there's information that we didn't, relate to you, please let us know. Like, hey, well, I think this, I have a question about this, so now I know.
That information is important, but I don't just want to see a parent the first week of school, or.
Well, yeah, you're still gonna have back to school.
Right, but what I was emphasizing, in regards to parent engagement, is like throughout the year, like, being there for these events, being there for events that they have at the school, like donuts, this parent night or family night at the different events that are going on, or, at the middle school level, like, we have the concerts and, all the things, like, when the parents engage, they know what's going on in the community at the school, they know what's going on with their kid, and their kid will be more successful if they're there and they're involved and they know. So it's just not about answering the questions as to, hey, who is this person, who's that person, but them being a parent and being involved in knowing what's available to them, and being involved at the school side, being a volunteer, like all the things.
So what I might be able to do to help this is to require so many events at each school. Cheryl, did you have something, did you want to say something? Thought I kind of saw you doing this with your
There
arms.
was just a couple of things that he said that made me think of stuff that, when you were talking about bullying, a couple administrators had reached out to me just recently about wanting to learn more about peer mediation to try to prevent these kind of things from happening, so I thought maybe that's something we can consider. And then also for, the orientation thing, in one of our parent nights that we did have, some parents that talked about how nice it would be if we held something before the school year started, especially to teach them about the technology used in Southern Kern, because sometimes they get lost in our programs. So that might be a good orientation training for them.
And I think really it's up to the parent. We can't, of course, we can say, hey, this is gonna happen on Friday at 5. A lot of people work, a lot of people don't have the time, or, things have been into their schedule. So sometimes it's not because they choose not, it's just because they can't.
When you're doing it, yeah, you're gonna do it before or after 5, like
Different times.
7 or something, because a lot of folks are still on the road. One other thing that we talked about it the other day, we were both driving. To me, this is a definitely goal I think we need to have. We have a lot of non-English speaking folks that we are leaving behind, that they need participating in these, conferences or in these things that we're having. So we need to address how we're going to address that. Because, you know, I mean, if somebody sitting in the audience doesn't understand what we're saying, they're lost and they're more likely not gonna come. But if we have a separate session for our non-English speaking, people, then that'll work a lot better. We might see a lot more people.
And I really tropical. Stellar job of that. You guys have really, I saw that as a promotion. That was great. And so, just regardless of how many families there are that are Spanish speaking, they still have the opportunity to appreciate what was being said about their student.
We did a speech both in English and in Spanish. It was nice.
I just feel like we got a big population that's being left off.
So what did he say?
They did.
That was really nice.
All of you said.
Sure, all of our IEPs and 504s are always, if there is a need, there is a translator there, correct?
Yes. And if we don't have translators in the district, because we get a translator for whatever language we need. So we have a company that we deal with if it's a language that we don't have somebody that speaks.
What else? Yeah, but
I have a question. So like, maybe going back to that presentation. So when we know that there's going to be a board meeting and there's going to be, like a lot of kids coming in, and we know a lot of families coming in, they don't want to stay late in the evening. So if we could push maybe 30 minutes earlier, an hour earlier, because you've heard parents say, I can't stay, I have to feed my kids, I have to get to bed. That's why your parent engagement really is there, because, and they're here with their babies who are crying, so.
most of the staff presentations, most of, not all, come out of Ed Services when they're talking about their or Robert and the safety plans, or the Ed Services for the SPSA, which is the school plan for student achievement. Those can be a little quicker. Now, the one that probably, and he did an excellent job this year, Dan, of really condensing, but the LCAP is the document that pretty much drives us. It's our guiding light for the most part, and so he does need, by law, to make you aware what's in that LCAP. That did a really thorough job this year. It was quick and to the point, and so as much as possible. And then we also, I think, what Alma and I can do to help that also is not bombard one night with all the presentations, all the reports and everything. Maybe if the time limit allows, some of these things have to be board approved by, let's say, June 30th, you have to get it done, or you're out of compliance. But as much as possible, then maybe we can make sure that each board night is not compounded with a lot of reports, and because that people can get out of here at a decent time.
I'm fine with the presentations, but if there are things like for the girls' basketball, things like that, let's push them earlier so they're not here waiting later till the evening, or maybe get a couple of things where it's all our students in here, and then they can step out and then we can. The presentations, I'm totally fine. That's why we're here. Get the information out. So
Anything, Dustin? Anything else from you?
No, I appreciate you getting the community garden going. That was a goal.
It was nice to get that one up my, I had to come back with that one. It would have been #1, community garden, sorry.
Yeah, but no, excellent job.
Stubborn.
Pushed it this year, and
It's the sunny garden, that's what I call it. She's good with it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be quite the
I'm excited, I'm
Yep.
excited.
And I know that you've worked diligently in the past working with the sheriff's department, trying to get somebody on our campus working, but I think our relationship with that department has grown in this
Which
late.
department?
The sheriff's department,
Sheriff's Department.
right? I think that's grown, and they've been able to respond in a timely fashion to our calls of service recently, so I'm pretty happy with that. And so, yeah, no, I think everyone's kind of spot on. We'll the line.
I mean, for you, anything else you can think of as a mother out there in the midst of 2 different schools?
Want a trolley going from West Park to. No, I think this is a great start. I feel like we're still working on things. There's nothing that I can think of right now.
I think, I mean, as Mr. Chair, I said, the This will probably keep me pretty busy, plus my everyday
Oh,
education, plus construction.
Construction.
Yeah. Bob?
I've actually asked if she's got any, because she's a little quiet here, and, you know, she's, you know, you got the school, maybe there's something at the high school that, you know, they might wanna look at. Like, for instance, I've heard over at wrestling, they have to carry mats back and forth to places and that. I don't know.
Well, I don't have, I cannot, I mean, we're in the process, Bob, of building extra space, hopefully for that, but I cannot do that on the spur of the moment, you know, but
No.
did you have something? Speak up.
Maybe more like, it's representation for like, or like awareness for like disabilities. I know a lot of the kids, a lot of like my friend group were saying, like how can we not have like a lot of awareness or representation for Hispanic Heritage Month? And a lot of people were saying about that. Also for Black History Month, for awareness for disabilities as well. You know, a lot of people would like to see more people speaking up or like more events for it, or I don't know, something like that.
That's great.
Representation, right?
Those are the things that we appreciate you bringing from the school to us. Because we're not there, you are. So bring that to us and we'll get it out there. If you see something in the packet that stands out to you that is good or bad, let us know. Like, one of the things that we're doing now is we're in the planning stages, going through the architects and everything for the CTE building, which will be housed right next to the girls softball. And the CTE building is going to be strictly for the commercial technology education. So the education that will be done in that building is for trades, all the different types of stuff like the ag program, the cadet corps, the composites program, the construction, then we'll have another room that's
Video.
for a little of everything in the video. Recording also is correct.
Yes.
So what do the kids at the school think about us doing all that for them, which is a very expensive project.
I have a question for you. So as a student in high school, do you feel you understand all of the pathways and every student is like informed, like I love this, or students are like, I don't really know about that. I didn't know we had that.
I think it's a little bit half and half. I think the papers that they give us, that's good. I think a lot of students like that, but maybe like for like newer programs or like CTE pathways, we could put like a little bit more detail in like what they are and like what like career it would lead you to, or like if you don't know what career you want, you could put like, oh, if you're interested in this, like maybe this CTE pathway would be good for you.
A lot of times, make it just because it looks interesting.
Yeah.
And then you find out, oh, maybe that wasn't for me. Well, there, I saw something else that really looks interesting. And then you switch over the following year to that. There's a lot of stuff that you will learn in those pathways, even if you don't use it as your main goal, teach you a lot along the way. So that's like the medical program kind of thing. It has so many branches. Nursing, therapies, phlebotomy, x-ray techs. There's just so much out there, and it's all in that same line, but it just branches off a lot.
Bob, did you say you have nothing else?
No, I have nothing else.
Mario, you have nothing else?
My biggest thing was the alliance.
Okay. For me, I also want to, you know, I'm not a board member, but I also want to stay focused on increasing the number of high school students we have in dual enrollment classes.
Yes.
200 is a great number, but I'd like to see 250, 300. We can do it. That's something that I'm also, thank you very much, Mr. Notterman, for the work he does. And I think that's critical what you just said, although we do have counselors and students are enrolled, the pathway should be. I think now that we have a CTE coordinator, who is really gonna make sure that students are aware that we have not one, not two, but 14 pathways. That's a significant number. So those are two things that we're doing, and I think we're doing pretty darn well. We can always, not that I want 15 pathways, but should have it, although right now I don't have room for 15, but maybe in a year or two, we could have room for that 15 pathway. But those are things that also continuing with the assessments, making sure that all students are taking their benchmarks, are being given their benchmarks the 3 times a year, that we are focused on closing the achievement gap. Those are just normal routines for me that you don't have to tell me, remind me, trust me, they're like up here in my brain every year until I see the test scores. So, okay, thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. So now you get an idea of what more you guys, so hopefully you're thinking more on what you need to do as a representative. You're here.
Go for it.
Okay, yes, ma'am. See, approve resolution 26/27-02, biennial adoption of conflict of interest codes. Ms. Gaines?
Yes, if you will start, this is on page 152. This basically deals with your Form 700, that there's no, every couple of years you adopt this, making sure that we don't violate Form 700, that any of the 5 of you have any conflict when you're filling out that Form 700. That would require you to make sure that you inform the Kern County that there is a conflict. So we haven't had a conflict, we don't foresee any conflicts, but that's basically what this is doing. It's just, we just renew it every couple of years.
Okay.
I'm going to agree.
Sorry, second by Greg. All in favor?
Aye.
Student board member?
Good night.
Okay, I yell. Oh, you don't have to yell too. Hey. Approve administrative assignments for 2026.
Letter C is
Oh,
you.
discuss Apple Smart glasses, to be added to personal device policy. One of the things that we've learned at that conference is that there are additional devices out there, and it's not just these items, but anything that can be tied to, because those, they're in the backpack, they could be on, you don't know. And they could, glasses themselves have a camera, and they can talk. So we wouldn't know if they're on that, so we need to either figure out if and this is for the policy committee, we need to figure out if that is covered. If not, we need to make sure it's covered. This is coming from a recommendation from that conference.
It's funny you say that, Bob, because I just went and reviewed the test that I had to take. And one of the things, because I do reading glasses, I had to hand over my glasses to them. They look test. It's taken, they actually stick them under this device to check and make sure that there is no hit, because Robert knows about glasses. You can actually see things on the backside of the glasses that they could have all your answers right there.
So, Mr. Benson, I think what we can do between now and the next board meeting is physically review that,
We need to review that policy,
and if there is something on that policy which covers glasses, which I'm not sure that there is at this point in time.
I think we can add a clause to it stating that smart glasses or anything
Anything that
digital or what have you is not permitted, but I agree with do it and then amend it.
And then
amend it.
we'll add it. If it's not on there, then I will, we will add a statement and make it an action item where the board, we will add it to the policy and have the board approve it at the next board meeting. Okay. You can't.
I can zoom in.
We'll front load you. We'll front load you with all the information.
I can zoom in.
But you can't vote.
Yeah, the next board meeting.
Okay.
I don't know.
Either a policy, but yeah.
Okay, administrative assignments, Ms. Gaines?
Yes, sir. As you can see, the administrative assignments are listed here. all of my cabinet members, from the associate superintendent, CDO, assistant soup of special ed personnel, assistant soup of ed services, director of education support, director of technology, director of human resources, director of maintenance and operations, all the way down to my 5 principals, and my 7 assistant principals are all listed here for the 26-27 school year. So I would like you to approve their. Yes, sir.
Do I have a motion? Motion by Mario. Second. Second by Ray. All in favor?
Aye.
Next up, accept quarterly report on the Williams Unified Complaint under Education Code 35186.
I can give you that report.
Yes, ma'am.
The Williams uniform complaint, for that quarter, April, May, and June, there were no complaints. So that is the report.
Okay, and that's it. Second by Lincoln, all in favor?
Aye.
Student is on. Approve, updated superintendent salary schedule to reflect the 2.5%, which we approved before, increase in 2025-2026 is ongoing. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next up. Approve PCO number 19R, RFI-52, TNM power to immigration control, cost basis TNM, provide power to the immigration controller, total cost $4,993.83. Mr. Urban,
All right, so.
irrigation.
So this PCO and along with the follow-on PCO, district still has questions on in terms of whose total cost it is. The time and material did happen, so the contractor will get paid, but if it's language that's in the contract, we'll backfill the architect for the cost of this change order.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Hopefully, doing back page.
Second by Ruben.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
From student board member? Approved. PCO number 22, RFI 58R, provide fiber wire card controller, AGG, labor and programming material, provide a new fiber wire card, the main and existing fire alarm control panel for building 702 fire alarm, total cost $3,071.58. Sure.
And for the sake of ensuring that our new classrooms are connected to the fire alarm panel, so that, we can occupy those spaces, and then the event of an emergency that, your correct entities are notified. I ask that you approve this, but similarly, there's debate on whether or not this is something that the district should be being charged for, or if it's part of the original contract. So again, we'll go back though if we can.
Robert, I had a question about, is that card also, or that charge also for reprogramming the entire system for the new number?
It is not.
It is not.
That'll be a separate cost down the road, but once everything gets turned over to the district, and we'll work with Alltech Fire on that.
I wasn't sure if they were together or if they were being separate.
Yeah, no, they'll be separate items. We'll work separately with Alltech on that.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we accept this one for now.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve change of contract with American Modular Systems, Inc., order number 04 for service for addition of 5 pre-K and TK classroom buildings at West Park Elementary School project, SKUSD WBS-EP, total credit of $3,880.42.
Alrighty, so, this is a credit from American Modular, the company that did the building of the actual classrooms. The district requested that we use different keyboards than what were originally in the original contract, so that they match with the rest of the West Park campus to make it easier for staff to not have to carry 2 sets of masters and things like that. So it's just a credit for a different keyboard, a little bit cheaper versus what was originally priced.
Red Chipper. Okay, move by. All in favor?
Aye.
Student board member? And approve the following list of personnel items with changes.
You can go ahead.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve with change.
Brendan, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Two more. Approve resolution 26/27/01 in accordance with provision of Educational Code section 44256B. The list of teachers may be assigned in a departmentalized class with his or her consent to teach in a subject other than the major or minor fields or subject listed. Go ahead.
Mr. Vincent, honestly, I actually already talked about this. This is where we're hiring 2 teachers to teach a 1/6. So not only will they teach their 5 regular classes, but we are hiring them to teach, content in their 6th period prep. So that's basically what I talked about earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
I remember that. I moved to approve.
Second by Ray, all in favor?
Aye.
Annual revision of complaint procedures, notice uniform complaint forms. Williams, complaint forms, policies and procedures.
Yes, and board members, these begin on page 173, and there are several different forms there. You have uniform complaint, Williams complaint, policies and procedures, and these are the annual updates. They're updated every year for the Williams and uniform complaint procedures and complaint forms. So any changes or modifications that have to be made for the 26-27 school year has been made already. We just ask you to approve those forms.
Yes, ma'am. Motion by Wright,
Second.
second by Hepburn. All in favor?
Aye.
Now,
Come on, Valeria.
come on, Valeria. Motion.
Copy the motion.
Adjournment.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Thank you.
I'll second that, yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, let's just get out of here. 8:30 on the dot.
Tell her,
Okay. Let's get out of here, Justin.